Washington Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels is going to miss Week 8 Monday night against Kansas City because of his hamstring strain. Marcus Mariota will start the game in KC. Panthers quarterback Bryce Young didn't practice today because of his ankle sprain. Lamar Jackson did practice, although doing so on a limited basis. Lamar hasn't played since the Week 4 injury suffered against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Ravens officially put the limited tag on Jackson for today's workout because of his hamstring strain. Jets quarterback Tyrod Taylor, day-to-day with a knee injury. He was reportedly in line to start Sunday against Cincinnati. Head coach Aaron Glenn wouldn't name a starter for that game, as it'll either be Taylor or Justin Fields. Michael Penix Jr. limited for the Falcons today with a knee issue. Brock Purdy of the Niners limited with a toe injury. Texans wide receiver Nico Collins remains in concussion protocol. In baseball, the San Francisco Giants hired University of Tennessee baseball head coach Tony Vitello as their new manager. I'm Dan Byer.
Let's turn this hump day into a hump night.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Sounds good.
Welcome to the show. Woo! Covino and Rich broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studios. If you miss any of today's show, any show ever, remember to search Covino and Rich wherever you get your podcasts. And after the show, the best of goes up. So follow, rate, and review. Rate it 5 stars because anything less is uncivilized. And if you don't know, that's a Marvin Hagler reference. Because I'm feeling marvelous. I'm Steve Covino. That is Rich Davis. We got Danny G super producing. He's the best in the game. He's got the sweetest voice. We got Sam. We got Spot. We got Byer. We got you, Fox Sports Radio Nation. And we be rocking out. Let's go.
Doing it live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And we're sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA. Right now, use our promo code CRSHOW to claim your special offerings at DraftKings. Again, promo code CRSHOW at DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Oh, yeah. No, the crown was stolen in France. Did you see that? There was a full-on heist in France, an old-school heist in broad daylight, and they stole the crown jewels of France.
Don't you feel like heist. When someone steals from a museum, don't you always just picture some action movie where someone's hanging from a rope and Italian job, and they see like the laser lights and they have to like weave around them? Is it that hard in real life?
Mission Impossible, yeah. But it happened in broad daylight. $1.2 million worth of jewels in that museum just reopened today, in fact. But the crown is yours. Thanks again to DraftKings. We're Covino and Rich. Happy to be here. Hope you had a better than okay sort of night, a Warriors sort of night. NBA is back, which means you got some foosball tomorrow. You got the World Series on Friday. NBA is here. There's lots going on, so we're pumped about it, man. It was really, really great to have, and I know we downplayed it, but it was great to have some NBA last night.
I mean, there was nothing else going on, so I could accept it there, but I'm not going to be double talk Dicky. Yesterday I said it's much like Christmas decorations at Home Depot.
Actually, I said that.
They should not be up right now.
I feel you, though.
It's Halloween time.
It feels out of place and out of time and too soon and too early. But it was nice. Like you said, we didn't have a whole lot to do last night. You know, you go home, it's just a random Tuesday. I already ate my tacos.
I'm protesting.
Like, yeah, what am I going to do? All right, well, NBA's here. Dude, I enjoyed that Rockets game.
I did
Double
too.
overtime. That game was wild. I was thinking, here's the defending champs. Everyone's thinking that OKC is going to be even better this year, and they're about to lose. And then sure enough, SGA just hitting these shots. They push it to double overtime, and they end up winning the game, man, when the Rockets had every chance to win that game.
You know what they say, nothing like October basketball.
No, but it would have been wild and ironic if they lost that first game, man.
Also, Rich, you got to think that not everybody's a baseball guy. On the show, we like all 3 major sports, but not everybody loves MLB the way we do. So right now, NBA is in with their NFL watching.
Danny, 4, we like hot dog eating. Joey Chestnut's our friend. We have him on every year. Don't forget him. But, all right, so I'll admit, better than nothing, but I still won't hone into the NBA until at least the World Series is over. And
I'm not going to take back what we both said yesterday. It feels too early for NBA, and the best season ever was when it started on Christmas. But both games, I'm sorry your Lakers lost, Danny G, but Luka played great. 42, 43 points?
43 points, yeah.
Had a big game. Both games were actually really exciting, and the Golden State Warriors looked really good. Hitting shots.
You could argue they have the best starting five in the NBA right now.
So for the first night of NBA, it was pretty exciting.
Can you keep up that level of play and the competitiveness and people playing and everyone healthy? We'll see how long that lasts. But much like the Christmas decorations up at Home Depot way too prematurely, it reminds me of a story. Before Spot was our video guy and producer, we used to have a producer, Danny G. His name was Sammy.
Sammy Sweetheart?
Sammy, not Sammy
Iowa
from
Sammy.
Iowa Sammy. Sammy, we just called him Sammy J. He's actually a contributor now on the History Channel. He's one of the talking heads on the History Channel.
Well, I was going to say, after I tell the story, you might not want to expose what he does now.
Sammy's his nickname.
I know. So he was our producer, and we were all in our 20s, and he was a guy that was very anxious to, let's say, get some female attention. Not a guy that was the smoothest with the ladies back then.
Right.
And we had some girls on our show. Covino and I were working with Maxim, so we would have like the Maxim hometown hotties on.
Oh, yeah.
And it was sort of, the brand in which we did our show back then.
And by the way, that's sort of what led us into sports radio. Obviously, we've always been fans of sports. We played sports. But if you remember, in the late 1900s, early 2000s, Maxim was a lifestyle magazine that was all around comedy, lifestyle, entertainment, women in sports.
So your programming has always been high IQ.
Yeah.
Without a doubt,
But
Danny.
sports was a part of that brand and that lifestyle, so that brought us to all these Super Bowl broadcasts and everything. That's just a little history on what we do.
Yeah, well, the history of our show is just what you said. Think of the Maxim brand from the old 1900s. Sports, entertainment, relationships, gadgets.
Guy
all that
stuff.
Guy stuff, essentially. So
Or what used to be considered guy stuff.
So there was this really cute model that took a liking to our producer, Sammy. And this all ties into when something's just too early. The girl tells our old school producer, we should hang out this weekend. I'm really feeling you. And he was like, oh, my God, dude, she wants to hang.
She actually threw out an indecent proposal of sorts
I wasn't gonna say that. It was sort of like,
she's like, if you come by,
I'll
make your wildest dreams come true. Put it that way.
Oh, yeah. So you can imagine anxious 20-something was like, dude, I can't wait to hang with her. She goes, yeah, let's hang out. What do you say? Saturday, 9 o'clock. And I was like, dude, I'm pumped for your weekend, man. Look at you. Going to go get some.
Meanwhile, we're broadcasting out of New York City, out of Manhattan, and this girl that was a guest on our show, this hometown hottie, was from Philadelphia.
So an hour and a half, 2 hours drive, right?
Yeah.
I ask you not. He hears, let's hang out Saturday at 9. Shows up and knocks on her door, the address she gave him, at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. in the morning. He calls us up. He's like, yo, I'm here. She's not answering. What should I do? We're
like, wait, where are you? He goes, yeah, the girl, the one that said she wanted to get with me? She said tomorrow, 9. And we're like, do you think maybe she meant 9 p.m.?
Yeah. I mean, just a little overly ambitious, I think.
It's like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber.
Yes, I was just thinking that.
By the way, true story, though. That's not
even lying.
That's not some Dumb and Dumber ripoff.
It doesn't sound like a real story.
No,
I'm telling you.
Absolutely happened.
Spot, back me up. True story?
Happened. No, it happened, man. It was embarrassing. And eventually,
brunch. What about brunch? Hey, I'm going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was brunch.
What? But it was just, it makes you think. Sometimes, something can be too early. 9 a.m., probably not what she was thinking.
NBA in October.
Too early.
Little early. But luckily, 2 good games. And luckily, nothing else really to watch yesterday.
You know what it's like, too? Never too good to be early. When are dinner reservations always available?
At 4.
4:30 or 5?
Yeah.
Because no one wants to eat at 5. Go to Vegas. They're like, all right, go call up a fancy restaurant in Vegas. Be like, what reservation times do you have? They're like, we could fit you in at 4:30 or 10:30. It's like,
Man, if you have a little kid, you want to eat at 5.
You know what
that's true.
sucks when you get to your destination, your vacation destination, too early and you can't check into your hotel room yet, so you got that weird window.
You're
of just
exhausted. You have jet lag.
Yeah, like you just
I just want to sleep.
You just want to use the bathroom, you know?
Yeah, I just
Just
want to
like,
freshen up and lay down.
freshen up, and now you have to like walk around, or maybe you got to hit the pool and make the most of it and all. But still, there's that anticipation of, can I get into the room yet or no?
I'm a firm believer in
It's
that.
too soon, bro.
That if hotels all went into cahoots and said, "Hey, we'll have an option where it's like $25 or $50 early check-in," so many of us would be like, "Yeah, I'll bite the bullet on that," because the reality is, who wants to wait till 4 o'clock? You're right. How many times you get somewhere if they said for an extra $50 noon, you'd be like, yeah, sure.
It's usually like check-ins at 3 and you're there at like 10 a.m.
But my dinner reservation's at 4:30.
Right.
I gotta go to dinner.
And you don't know what to do at that time. I'll tell you what, though, the obvious tip of the day here is to always pack a bathing suit in your carry-on so that you always have that on your person. So when you're there floating around, you can at least hit the pool and waste some time.
Floating around.
Yeah. That's how the NBA felt last night.
Yeah,
like, it's too soon, way too early. We're not even at Halloween yet, let alone.
But it was a good pool, though.
Yeah,
But
it was a good pool.
But people had fun in the pool. You're right, Danny. I do have an analogy and a thought.
Splashy.
An additional one, because on the network and on Fox, ESPN, everywhere, there's a lot of chatter of last night, the NBA heavily leaning into nostalgia.
Well, can I say first mostly is that last night was the debut of Michael Jordan, NBA on NBC, Insight to Excellence. And he talked
at
about
halftime
that he hasn't picked up a basketball in years, and that he's officially done shooting around and even playing and picking up basketball. That hit a lot of people in the heart. Like, oh, my God, Michael Jordan is done playing basketball. I mean, he's not the first guy to say stuff like that. Derek Jeter says he never picks up a bat. He never swings. But it is Michael Jordan, so it's way different, and that's what went viral this morning.
It's like the plot line of some lame sports movie, like, I haven't touched the ball since I left.
But you know what it is? And I've seen a lot of buzz about this too on social media, and I thought the same thing. I don't know if it's at the Mike Tyson level, but it's almost there, where Michael Jordan could say anything, and it's intriguing. He could talk about brushing his teeth. And we're like, oh, man, did you hear that Insight to Excellence last night?
Oh, he starts in the upper left of his mouth, and then he brushes the bottom. Oh, man.
I do 2 minutes on the top, 2 minutes on the bottom. And you're like, oh my God,
Michael.
Michael Jordan does 4 minutes of toothbrushing, man. You know, he's one of those guys that could say absolutely anything, and we're going to come back talking about it.
He told a long story. And if it wasn't Michael Jordan, you would have said, what a weak-ass story. But because it's Michael Jordan, it's an amazing story, how he was so nervous to take a free throw. In fact, take a listen.
Do you ever pick up a ball and just shoot?
I haven't picked up a ball in years.
No, come on. Just like walk past. There's got to be a hoop somewhere at your place.
You don't see a hoop anywhere around here, right?
I don't. Like,
It's a
seriously,
reason. It's
the
a
last
reason.
time you
It's a
picked up a
reason.
basketball and shot it.
I was at the Ryder Cup,
Yeah,
and I rented a house from the owner.
sure.
He came over to do pictures. He had grandkids. And I was meet and greet and thank him for allowing me to stay in the house. And he had a basketball court. He says, I want you to shoot one free throw. I said, really? And I already paid for the house. It's not like they got to see me. So when I stepped up to shoot the free throw, that's the most nervous I've been in years.
Stop it.
In years.
Stop it. Come on.
And reason being is those kids heard the stories from the parents about what I did 30 years ago.
Right?
So their expectation is 30 years prior, and I haven't touched the basketball.
I hope you swished it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
He wouldn't have told the story if you didn't.
But I'm saying, anything Michael says, you're sort of like, and?
I feel like Rich
And?
tuned out halfway through that story.
These little kids were heckling me to shoot, and I took that personally.
Already paid for the house.
Yeah.
It was Brown. I think it was $13,000.
Yeah, I mean,
4-year-olds
Rich
really
hates it
pissing
when
me off.
details are in stories.
Oh, detail. Give me, when someone's like, I was doing a parlay. It was a 3-leg or 4-leg. Get to the story. But it's Michael Jordan, so we're intrigued. They're
Yeah.
leaning heavily into nostalgia. And I heard Colin saying how you can't be leaning on the nostalgia. I'm pretty sure Doug had the approach of he enjoyed he enjoyed the nostalgia angle.
Yes. He made a post on social media that he said, like, this is my king, and Jordan. So he did enjoy it.
Did you hear Allen Iverson talking about Jordan? I don't know if there's an old clip. Actually,
Yeah.
I've heard this before, but I saw this clip. He's wearing a Yankee hat and sunglasses. He's like, look, I'm in the NBA, played alongside guys like Jordan, played Jordan. And he's like, I respect him and love this guy so much. I get nervous around him. I can't even talk around the guy. So, I mean, we live in a culture, Rich. Our generation is a generation that feeds and lives off of nostalgia.
Lives off it. So it brings me to my big thought of the day, which is you're breaking out Roundball Rock. Everyone loves it, right? Basketball, yeah.
I'm gonna dunk it.
You got Roundball Rock. You got MJ.
Mike Tirico's voice, which was cool.
You got Tirico. Listen, they're hitting on everything. But then again, so I feel that, and then I say, well, I remember what Tony Soprano said on The Sopranos, which is,
remember when is the lowest form of conversation.
remember when is the lowest form of conversation.
Well, you know what I always took from that? I respect Tony Soprano. Gotta respect The Sopranos.
Gabagool.
I think it's always fun to look back. You just can't live there too long.
That is the answer. There's nothing wrong with looking back. In fact, we always say that two things can be true. The NBA could be leaning too much on nostalgia. Nostalgia could be amazing, and it could also be a crutch.
And I feel
all
like
these things could be true.
on The Sopranos, what Tony was saying there is like this whole night we've been reminiscing, and that's fun and all, but like let's bring it up to current date a little bit. Like even if you're hanging out with your buddies, it's always a remember when conversation, and that's fun. When you realize that's all you got, that's when it's stale, and that's when you realize, like, yeah, we got nothing more than that.
They were interviewing the current stars of the NBA, and they asked them, what's your favorite NBA on NBC moment in the 90s? And most of them were like, I don't have one. I was too little, or I wasn't born yet. Anthony Edwards said, I don't know, Michael Jordan. So, yeah, for the younger generation, none of that's going to hit with them. It's going to hit with us, but not them.
For the younger generation, it's all new to them. What do they know about John Tesh? Probably nothing, but it's new to them, right? So nostalgic
that
to us.
That part of it is. But if we lean too much in the past, that's not going to play well for the younger audience.
But like I said, when I feel Tony Soprano was saying there should be a mix of it, like let's talk about something current or let's bring it up to speed now or else we got nothing. I think the NBA does that just by having young players in the league. And that's the perfect balance. Like, I'm not against it. I think it's cool because you're bringing some of the old school cats back into what they enjoyed and what made that 90s era so great. And then for anyone too young to remember, it's new to them anyway, so who cares?
What did Mr. Miyagi teach Daniel LaRussa?
To wax on, wax off?
Balance.
Oh.
Danielson. It's all about balance because if you
I
can
always
balance,
thought the wax off part was a little weird.
Hey, go wax off. What? If you balance nostalgia just the right way, the example that Covino is alluding to, if you get drinks with an old college buddy, let's say you break your conversations down into a pie chart of 100%. If 50% of your conversations like, yo, remember when John in college got drunk and did this, but you got to mix that in with, yo, tell me about your kids. I see your kids playing football, and yo, your daughter, how's your wife doing? Hey, tell me about your job. Like
Right.
You can't live 100% in, hey,
Because
remember when we were at that frat party, you know?
If you can't vibe on what's going on now, that means like all your friendship and all your love is based on things that happened in the past. And you do notice that a lot with some old school friends and old school relationships. It's like, yeah, we got nothing here now. Nothing in common now. No conversations to have now. Mm-hmm. You know, you want to talk about I don't know, a new band that's out, and they still want to talk about Pearl Jam. And it's like, can we talk about something now? And you realize that your friendship and your relationship only lives then. It has to be a great balance. And I think that's what the NBA is going for. I don't think the NBA is going for old school nostalgia. That's impossible. You got young players on the court.
It's a a league that is really banking on some young stars to step it up. So why not throw in a little dipping of nostalgia?
I didn't see it live, guys. I thought Thunder Rockets was 7:30 a.m. Eastern this morning, so I didn't see it live. And I said, wow, I missed a heck of a game last night.
It was great.
A very reasonable mistake. Oh, 7:30 p.m.
Yeah, I'll eat my cereal and go back to bed.
Oh,
I thought it was odd, to open the season at 4:30 in the morning on the West Coast, but
Brutal.
You were anxious.
I don't know if you guys caught this or not, because you mentioned Doug earlier, and on Doug's show, I brought this up to the guys and no one caught it. Did you notice the graphic on the Jordan with the Roman numeral 6?
No. I mean, I usually
I'm
catch
going
that
to
stuff.
send it to our group text.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is the point of, in the past, Jordan's got 6 rings. They're highlighting this graphic on this segment about 6 rings. And my issue with it is, number one, I think they were bringing Jordan in to kind of try to quiet the Barkley, Shaq hate of the NBA.
Because we did talk last year about how it's counterproductive if Shaq and Barkley just always rag on the young guys.
Yes. But when you're sitting there having Michael Jordan there, and what appears to be an hour-long conversation that's going to be spread out through the season.
I got that vibe, and I heard the same thing.
Yeah, how is that going to talk about today's NBA? I think we're just going to get more stories about Airbnb and.
You're right. You're right. Maybe it's him and Tarico. You're right. They did a 2-hour hang, and they're going to cut it up for 6 months.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be, to be honest.
Why are they wearing the same stuff in every single little clip here?
Mike Tirico really likes light blue. But you know what? A good balance.
But you'll take that
is
because
what
it's Michael
you need.
Jordan.
You'll take it because it's Jordan. But I want to just throw out a couple notable franchises, and Naked Gun, Karate Kid, Alien, Doctor Who. They just brought back Queer Eye again a couple years ago. Girl Meets World instead of Boy Meets World. Saved by the Bell. We did Fuller House. It's Halloween season. 28 years later, Amityville Horror, Halloween. Like, the idea of nostalgia hits our demo hard. If you're
When We Were Young tour just this
wrapped up
past
in Vegas.
weekend.
But I'm saying
Sick
our
New World coming back.
They just announced 8 years later they're going to redo Prison Break.
Yeah, because our generation really thirsts. They're like Thurston Howell the Third. We're thirsting.
It's getting diluted, though. But there's like social media has this obsession, or it's very popular, to be like, go and live back in the 90s. That's the nostalgia. Because, like, I guess they're saying that, like, right now is too crazy and not enjoyable.
No, there's a reason for that.
It's like the 90s were, the economy is doing well.
The reason for that is, and if you follow the trends and you're up on speed to what people are talking about on social media, those were the last years that we had a monoculture, the last time in our life where we all were into the same thing. We're all watching Michael Jordan,
Simpler
the whole
times.
country. And now it's spread all over the place, and everyone has separate interests based on what the algorithm decides for you, or you decide for the algorithm. We're trying to figure that out and how that works. But these monoculture times that we lived in is the reason why we like to go back, because we all have those same memories.
Yeah. Steve Covino makes an amazing point. We've talked about that monoculture. That's an important word to.
The cell phone and social media ruined all of that, so it's easy to go back to that time.
To understand.
Wait, Rich, you had mono in high school too?
Yeah,
I'm surprised I never did. I'm
times.
surprised I never did. I made out with a lot of randos. So the monoculture was when we all watched the same show on Tuesday night. Everyone was watching this movie.
When we all wanted to be like Mike.
The last time the monoculture existed, with the rare exception of Game of Thrones is so big, everyone's watching, or this show is big, but that's a rarity, right? Oh, the Breaking Bad finale. These are more anomalies, right? When we were younger, social media lines up perfectly when you think of when was the last time we all quoted the same movies. Wedding Crashers, Old School. Superbad.
Early 2000s. It ended then.
They're all mid-2000s. You know what came out in the mid-2000s? MySpace, Facebook, social media, YouTube, iPhones in 07. So when you think about, wow, it's weird. We haven't really all quoted the same things since the mid-2000s when we got social media and smartphones.
That's why nostalgia hits so hard with everybody and resonates the way it does, is because we sort of yearn for that because it's gone, and we'll never have it again because everyone lives in their own lane and they're doing their own things and they're watching their own thing. And we don't have that that iconic celebrity like a Michael Jordan that we had back then. We just don't, because whoever that is for me, Sam might not even know him.
I feel bad for the younger generation that they don't get to share in these moments. Because where we all bond in the monoculture, our kids never will. If I say Saturday mornings, and me, you, Danny, Dan Byer, I was saying we're all relatively the same age, where if I said, hey, you wake up, you have some cereal, you watch Sunday morning.
You zip down the steps in excitement.
Yeah, you slide with your socks.
Right?
You're eating a bowl of cereal.
Yeah. Reading the back of the box.
Yeah.
While you're watching cartoons. And then I'm like, if I said, hey, guys, and then remember like Saved by the Bell was on, and then wrestling, and then American Gladiators.
You Muppet Babies and all
that
that
I
stuff.
said the cartoons, yeah. But I'm saying if I paint that picture, you're like, yep, that was my childhood. Your kid, my kid, everyone's kid is doing something so different from each other that when they're in college, they're not going to be able to say, yeah, do you remember when we were kids? I watched Gravity Falls, and some other kids like, nah, never watched that. I was more of a SpongeBob kid. Like,
so many choices,
right?
So many streaming services.
We're overly saturated, and everyone's in their own pocket of whatever interest they have. So if the NBA or anybody wants to bring it back to that iconic moment, not only is it nostalgic to us and it's resonating to us, but it's telling a younger person like, yo, the whole world was into this right here.
It's hard to convince your buddies to invest in the same show as you so you have something to talk about. I've been telling you guys for the last week, Chad Powers, so good.
Hey, I'm watching The Perfect Neighbor. I'm busy. So, everyone's doing their own thing.
Now, rewind 15 years. Hey, dude, you watching True Blood? Yeah, you are, because it's on Sunday night on HBO, and that's what you watched.
Yeah, but that's
hey, you watching The
stopped.
Wire? Whatever. It was always the show.
That's where it sort of stopped.
Yep.
So the question based on all this is nostalgia. Is it good for basketball? Is it good for NBA or not? Because there was a lot of it yesterday. And I think that's a pocket that we hold fondly in our hearts. And I think that the younger generation could learn a lot from it because they don't have it. They don't have it at all. So
I think that I'm telling you, it's so based on if the NBA plays the balance game. For every Michael Jordan, for every Roundball Rock and Michael Jordan piece and a cool graphic from the 90s, they need to do a piece on Wemby or a cool new segment with SGA or something.
SGA's what, in his 8th year? And Giannis, I read, is in his 13th year or something ridiculous like that. These dudes should be way bigger names in our world, but they're not because we're just oversaturated with nonsense.
Really quick, too. You got to do it. You got to present it properly in small doses and quick edits because, Rich, I've tried to show YouTube clips of Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and guys like that to our teenagers. They tune out a couple minutes into those YouTube clips. They just do.
Wow. That's insane, huh? When you think about it.
But Rich nailed it. I think it's a perfect balance. It's a perfect balance, and I think that's going to make some difference in the NBA. Or is it too much nostalgia for your liking? It's a young man's game. They don't care about it. Your thoughts, 877-99 on Fox. We gave you ours. Plus, we got Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom. We do it live and midweek major we do every midweek.
Can I also just point out for the younger kids that don't really know Jordan because they only know him through highlight form and all that, could it be fair to say that, like, it's, if you heard your parents talk about someone that you didn't see that you thought must have been cool, like, I don't know much about Ali, but Ali would mean a lot because you knew your parents thought he was awesome, right? Oh, man, we're running late. Hey, we got more Covino and Rich yapping away here on Fox Sports Radio. Hang tight.
All of your favorite NBA players are back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. New customers bet $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass, plus score $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code CRSHOW. That's code CRSHOW. Bet $5. Get that 3 months of League Pass, plus $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available. For problem gambling, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21-plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto-renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
You said that Mookie Betts executed the old Derek Jeter, the in-the-hole jump throw to first.
The jump throw, and everybody knows it. It's kind of like
It was his signature move.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you saw the silhouette, you would know that was Jeter's move. That's Jeter's patented thing. He would go deep in the hole, do the jump throw, and he says you don't bounce it, but Mookie bounced it. He actually commented on it after the game, if you heard it. Take a listen.
Take us through. You've done this a million times.
I have. Mookie bounced it. I mean, you got to try to get it there in the air all the way. But I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. No,
you'll give it to him, Jeets.
It's a compliment.
It's a tough play. It's a tough play. Mookie's an athlete, but when you see it, even though Mookie Betts executed it fantastically, it's Jeter's jump throw. The same way, we could go to your phone calls. I don't want to take the answer, but I'm going to. When you think like a hook in basketball.
Sky hook.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the number one. So
I think of me at the playground, bro. I was hitting it.
I think of Covino and Kareem.
Well, we purposely did not search this online because we wanted to see how many we could come up with on our own first. But Skyhook's got to be number one if we went to some lists.
But I jokingly said me. It's like every old white guy move too. Like it's when you see like the older guy at the playground or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
It's funny.
It's like the dad showed up to the playground like, "Hey guys, can I jump in?"
The rim.
Yeah, he's definitely trying one of those.
My uncle used to do that all the time. He's like, hook shot from the free throw line.
But it makes sense because they grew up watching Kareem.
Yeah.
Right?
Then I'll give you another old guy playground basketball one that I'll give a shout out to Mad Dog Russo as well because he always has to bring up Bob Cousy. The underhand free throw shot.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Everyone that does that at the playground gives old school Bob Cousy a shout out.
Speaking of basketball, I think we got a theme here with basketball right now.
Yeah, a lot of signature moves in basketball.
The step back is James Harden. I mean, that's his patented cheating move. I still don't know if that's a legal move, but
the Euro step was Manu.
Yep, the Euro step.
The Jordan. You could name a million, I'm sure, for Michael Jordan. But I always thought when you play horse, you couldn't slam it, but if you were doing the fake layup and then you come back under with the other hand, that would be like the horse move of the 90s when you were playing horse at the playground.
It won from the last 15 years. How about LeBron's chase down blocks?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Of course.
Patented moves in sports, not in the bedroom. I don't want to hear about your bedroom antics. Your patented sports moves, because Mookie Betts pulled a Derek Jeter yesterday. And when we say Derek Jeter, we don't mean gift baskets. We mean the jump throw.
Yeah,
we mean the jump throw. So are there any other ones? I have a few, I think. We already mentioned the skyhook, the step back. How about the Dan Quisenberry submarine pitch? Right? Like, do you credit – I think as an 80s kid, if you're doing some sort of submarine pitch, that's Quisenberry.
Honestly, I thought of reliever Jeff Innes.
No way.
Because
over Quisenberry?
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's debatable. Like, who owns it? Like, maybe you're right, Rich, but for me, that's what I think of. So I think it's still a patented move.
All right, you know what? Let's go to the phone calls. Let's take your feedback. Patented moves, patented plays. Who did the first bat flip? That would be a good thought. Like, who was the first guy to do a bat flip?
The first?
And don't tell me it's Joey Bats. Don't tell me it's...
No, it's
Which
not.
batter do you guys think of who lifted his front leg the highest?
Darryl.
Yeah.
Darryl's a good one, yeah.
Darryl Strawberry had a really big leg kick with the stance. You know what I'm thinking? It's got to be something that people have emulated since, and you know they've been the first. Like, all right, for instance, in the NFL, who do you credit for when people high step? Is it prime time? When you see some guy showboat and he starts high stepping into the end zone? Deion Sanders, high stepping.
You know, speaking of sidearm submarine pitchers, How about sidearm quarterbacks? I think when you see sidearm quarterbacks, I think Mahomes, I think he was one of the first guys that I've seen patent it in such a way. But we'll get back to your phone calls and feedback.
What about Dirk's fadeaway, the one-legged fadeaway?
Yes.
First one to do the Lambeau leap. That was Leroy Butler, right?
Yes.
I think Byer knows
Yes,
that
it was
story.
against Danny's Raiders. I was there. My feet were frozen in the first quarter because I wanted to wear my Larry Johnson Cons.
Yeah, that's
bad move from late December.
Definitely a signature move. Thousands of players have done it since.
That's great. I did not know that little fun fact. But Homer Jones, a wide receiver for the New York Giants, in 1965, caught a touchdown pass against the Eagles. Though his original intention was to throw the ball into the stands, it slipped.
Oh, I've heard
and
that.
he sort of spiked
I've heard
it.
that story.
And then other people
that's
like, yo, he
crazy.
spiked the football. Yeah. So the first guy to spike a football, Homer Jones.
Nice.
A guy that you would never get that. If you know that, you're coming to trivia night.
So random. Iowa Sam is playing basketball.
Who gets shouted out?
Moses Malone.
Dr. J?
And Moses Malone.
Yeah.
So random, but Rich and I once had an intern. Her name was Chloe, I remember.
Yeah.
And she's like, my mom was one of the girls in the video for this. And we're like, what?
Your mom? Yeah, basketball's her favorite sport.
So random.
Love the way you dribble up and down the court.
So is Covino and Rich. Is Fox Sports Radio. We got Spot on the video. Hey, man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the radio and the video, System of a Down style. Covino and Rich FSR. Covino and Rich FSR, you could watch what you hear. You got Danny G super producing at 877-99 on Fox. Sam is on the ones and twos, and DB is on your updates in just a few minutes. Stick around for Dan Byer, but getting to your phone calls about nostalgia. NBA is back. They're leaning into the nostalgia.
Yes.
Some people, like Colin, is saying, move forward. It's a different day. It's a different time. Lots of young stars. He's saying that's the mistake that baseball made, hanging on to the past. And look how great baseball is now when they're promoting their young stars. I get all that. But I think it's a good mix.
Yeah, the balance, if there, you play Roundball Rock. You have MJ. You have Shaq and Barkley. And you have the faces that made the league. But if you do lean on the young stars combined with that nostalgia, all it makes me realize, this whole last 20 minutes of chatting about it, makes you realize we grew up in a very special time. And I know everyone could think that and say that, but if you were a kid of the 80s or 90s, there's a yearning for that. No one in the 80s was like, man, I really want all those 50s nostalgia or the 60s.
Because it's the last time that we all have collective memories. We all have the same.
And it's available.
Nostalgia, the same look back, the same superstars. It's at our fingertips.
It's the first generation whose nostalgia is available and wanted. All right, let's go to JR in Indy. What's up, JR?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
We're good, man. What's up?
So, listen, hear me out. First of all, the 70s was the best era of music and sports.
Okay.
80s, we had a second. But I blame Bron as far as not passing on the torch like Kobe, like Mike, like Dr. J and them did. They all were great ambassadors to the game. KD and LeBron have been terrible ambassadors to the game. That's why these kids don't respect the history and everything that basketball has brought them.
I hear what you're saying, but what is LeBron supposed to do? He's still playing. Is he supposed to just be like
he's held on to the torch?
I don't know. It's an interesting one.
It's
by
an
the way,
interesting point, though. I
that guy,
like that point.
That's just a great example, though, of living in your own world of like the 70s. The 70s were not known for sports and entertainment. The 80s were a special time where movies got to a different level, where sports became more mainstream. The NBA came into its own. So to say the 70s was the best sports decade is horse poo.
Some argue that the 70s were the time when movies took a turn from like sterile delivery of lines to like really good
late
acting,
70s.
good cinematography. Everything was in color.
Yeah. Late 70s.
Like there's plenty. Well, not even late. I mean, yeah.
Well, every generation is going to think theirs is the best. But what we could say for fact is the late 1900s, late 90s, early 2000s was the last time we all shared those memories. And that's what makes it, much different. So, you know what? We still got a lot of people talking about it. A lot of people want to talk about the remember when and the nostalgia of the NBA and Michael Jordan on the debut last night. But first and mostly, we're not going to make the legend wait. It's Dan Byer with your update.
What's up, DB?
I'll tell you, the way Covino phrased it, the late 1900s.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. Right?
I used to be a lot stronger.
You picture us with Abe Lincoln hats on, right?
Absolutely. I'll get to the NFL injury updates in a second, but Sean Payton has spoken. The Broncos head coach talking today about the tweet that Russell Wilson sent yesterday about the comments that Payton made on Sunday. This is Sean Payton earlier today.
The euphoria, the way that game unfolded, that was strictly about Dart. That was in no way, shape, or form anything that was directed at Russ. So, and I might be able to see how he might perceive that, but coming off that win and watching how he played, that wasn't any intention at all.
So,
okay,
Sean Payton said he could understand how Russell Wilson would have taken that, but that's not what he meant.
That sounds like something my mom would say. And I know she's talking about me, and she would gaslight me and say, well, if the shoe fits. Right?
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, whatever, Mom. I know you're talking about me.
Oh, so Sean Payton having his say today.
When a veteran can't get the job done anymore, I wasn't talking about Russ.
Right?
Doesn't that sound like some mom stuff?
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels isn't going to get it done in Week 8 because he's not going to play for the Commanders, ruled out because of his hamstring strain. So Marcus Mariota starts again for Washington. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson limited in practice today because of his hamstring strain, the first workouts he's done since suffering that injury in Week 4 in Kansas City. Bryce Young of the Panthers didn't practice today. Brock Purdy of the Niners and Falcons quarterback Michael Penix Jr. were limited with injuries. Jets quarterback Tyrod Taylor day-to-day with a knee injury. He reportedly was in line to start against Cincinnati on Sunday. Aaron Glenn is not named a starter for that Week 8 matchup as of yet. Chargers left tackle Joe Alt questionable to face the Vikings tomorrow night. The season opening event of the PGA Tour season, the Century, will not be held in 2026. Instead, the season will open at the Sony Open in Honolulu. And finally, guys, the San Francisco Giants made it official. They hired University of Tennessee baseball head coach Tony Vitello as their new manager. Back to you.
Hey, DB, thanks for the update. We're going to take all your nostalgia phone calls. A lot of people hitting us up.
Yeah, hang tight.
We'll talk more NBA and nostalgia. It's what we do best here at CNR. Reminisce a little bit, but keep things current at the same time, which is the balance. The NBA. NBA should follow our lead.
You know what a boss of mine once told me? I was hired on Ozzy's Boneyard. That's late 70s, early 80s music, right? I'm on every weekend.
Sorry.
They wanted classic. Why are you sorry?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You are sorry if you don't like it. They wanted classic through a current lens. That's what they called it.
Classic through a current lens. I like that. All right, we got more Covino and Rich. We'll break down the nostalgia of the NBA. And then I do have a thought about Mac Jones and some other quarterbacks in the NFL that we're getting a little look at this year. So some NFL, some NBA, all coming up here on CNR. Watched that 15-inning game with some of my softball buddies.
Dude.
And 5 hours of glory.
That was insanity.
It was a memorable moment for me because I'll always remember where I was because, some of my good pals that I play softball with, it was the 9th inning when our game was wrapping up, and someone's like, yo, break out your phone. Let's watch the last inning or so. And we ended up sitting at the softball field for an hour and a half together, like watching the last, 6 innings of that game.
That was insane.
And I bring that up because it's just very clear. It's abundantly clear that the idea of moving someone over and small ball analytics, micro, macro, whatever it is, no one is doing it, no matter what. I mean, how many opportunities in extra innings did someone have a chance to say, move someone over? And don't tell me the one great wheel play the Dodgers pulled in the divisional round is deterrent, because you're telling me that all those extra inning opportunities, leadoff double, a walk, and then a guy singled first and second, no one on the Mariners or the the Mariners or the Tigers coaching staff at any point said, pushed for, come on, we got to bunt them over. Is bunting over just not done?
A few people failed at the opportunity. Yeah, I mean, they just aren't skilled in that way. A lot of commentary over the weekend of, can you imagine what if Tony Gwynn was around or Wade Boggs would think, watching the way people just swing for the fences instead of making contact and trying to
move the runner over
and just regular baseball fundamentals. Now, granted, these teams that are here have more than like the Yankees and the Mets and teams that haven't gone this far, but it's so evident when you're watching that game that it's just a different game that we're watching here. But it was still so exciting, man.
I remember.
Dude, so loud that it registered on the Andy Richter scale in Seattle.
I heard
See that?
It's named after him, right?
It's named after him.
Andy
No, but
Richter.
it did measure on the Richter scale, right?
Yeah,
Like, it got so loud. It was so hyped. Even though we might not like that style of play, it was unbelievable to see, like, oh, my God, is anybody going to win this game? We're 15 innings, man.
I mean, everybody wants to be Freddie Freeman holding their bat like this.
And everybody wants that hero moment.
Yeah, it's the equivalent to the NBA where guys chuck up threes and half-court shots and from the logo. That's what the younger generation likes, and so you got to roll with it.
Danny, why draw up a possible game-winning play when you could just heave up a three? You're right. It's the equivalent. And listen, we're just fans. I'm not in the Major League Baseball dugout, so for all they know, they're like, hey, moron, we know the analytics. We know 3 at-bats, 1 hit wins it. Why are we going to give up an out? But I don't know. Fundamentally, my mind is like, get the guy to third. You have 2 shots. A fly ball, a ground ball hard the other way could score your winning run. I don't
So many
get
double
it,
plays.
but there must
Covino's Yankees could have extended their series had they generated some runs there in those last few innings.
Without a doubt. And the sentiment there is, and I agree with it, is teams like that are built for 162, not for, like, in the long run, they're going to hit all these home runs and drive in all these runs. But in a short series like that, when you're swinging for the fences, good pitching is going to stop that always.
Bro,
and that's what we were seeing. A bunch of dudes, a bunch of role players swinging for the fence.
You know why?
Good pitching was stopping it, and high-pressure moments were stopping it, and it went 15 innings. For us, the casual fan, edge of my seat, I can't imagine how a Tigers fan or a Mariners fan felt watching that nail-biting 15-inning marathon.
Let me tell you, that's why my Mets weren't in the postseason. That weekend, the weeks leading up to the end of the season, multiple games. I remember one in particular where similar scenario. Mets are up in the bottom of the inning. And you remember in regular season, you start with that phantom runner on second. And I remember the explanation was, quote, Francisco Alvarez is not a great bunter. And I'm like, or he can't bunt, or he doesn't do that. And I'm like, your eighth in the order catcher can't bunt over a guy. And then
I understand some people are better than others, but you're in the major leagues. Like, figure it out.
And I'm not saying it's easy to lay down a bunt against a guy throwing 96-mile-an-hour splitters.
No, but you're teaching your kids when you're coaching. You're teaching them how to bunt.
If I'm fundamentally trying to teach little ones these skills, come on now. All right. Doing it live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, Covino and Rich. Now it's time for our Tire Rack play of the day. Day 1 of the NBA. SGA already coming up big to tie the Rockets in the fourth quarter.
Shea in the open court, crossing the timeline with 7. Stutter steps on Thomas. Thompson pulls up, fires a lean in 16-foot jumper. Got it! It's tied at 104. Gildas Alexander, something special, baby. Is he ever clutch?
Dude, that was
Is he ever clutch?
No, it was so good. Thunder gets the opening night W in double overtime, 125-124 over the Rockets. Rocket? I'm on a rocket. That was courtesy of WWLS Thunder Radio Network, and that was our Tire Rack play of the day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And speaking of other radio stations, Rich, I do want to shout out all the affiliates that carry us.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, affiliates?
Hi, affiliates.
Bring us to your city. Let's do it live.
Well, if they're hearing this now, then we're on.
Oh, like I said, bring us to their city, though.
Oh, like you want to go hang?
Yeah. I'll do it from whatever studio. Let's go.
All right, let's take some of the calls from around the land. Speaking of nostalgia, you said rocket. I'm on a rocket. Tracy Morgan, SNL, because we love nostalgia. And did the NBA have a perfect balance of new and old last night? Manny, we'll start with Mike in Fresno. What's up, Mike?
Yo.
What up?
Yo, what's up, guys?
What up?
Hey, I got to say, right now, hey, man, I'm about to turn 30 years old. I got my Larry Birds on, you know what I'm saying?
Look at
and
you.
I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I got the modernized Converse weapons, Larry Bird, black and white, freaking Converse colors, classic, all modernized. And it got me thinking, us old heads, what we like about the 80s and about these older decades were the competitiveness, right? Like the determination to win, right? And I'm a Lakers fan, right? But there's just something magic about seeing Magic and Bird just go at it.
Yeah, I don't think people are less competitive now.
I don't think it's less competitive. I think it's the grittiness, right, of that time.
But I think just visually there was something. We forget the 80s and 90s. When we talk about why do people always go back to those decades, it's the first time you said that nostalgia is available. There was no cool theme songs and fun things that we look back at the 50s or 60s. It's very far and few between. The 80s and 90s are packed with stuff that we could throw back to. And you have all the videos and fun of a Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. That's the beginning of the nostalgia.
Yeah.
That's available in color and on YouTube. Like, you can't really find a lot of stuff before that.
By the way, that dude's a unicorn. He's like us old heads. He's rocking old school Larry Birds. He's in his 30s.
Yeah, you can't say you're an old head.
He said he just turned 30.
Yeah, you can't call yourself an old head, I don't think, if you were born in the 90s.
But he
has the vibe, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he respects it. You guys started the show talking about Michael Jordan, and you'd listen to anything he said. I think part of what draws us into him on screen is he's still fiery and super competitive.
I know, it's crazy. So, yeah, he's an old soul right there, rocking his old school Converse, man.
Matt in SoCal. What's up, Matt?
What's up, Matt?
Yo, Covino and Rich, natural content, backed by Sincere BS. And I'm a little late, but happy anniversary, guys.
Oh, thanks, man. What's up?
Also, a topic we're going to have to revisit is calling the Heart Foundation overrated.
Yes, I did call the Heart Foundation overrated. What's up, man?
I think there's a line here. Like, I work in the high school college basketball business, and I talk to coaches of all ages, and there's some old school coaches who just cannot get out of the past. And in some way, they're getting left behind because if you don't adapt, especially with like social media, new wave concept offenses, you're losing players in your area. And then also you get, the attention span part is hilarious because when I deal with players, I have to, especially on the boys' side, the girls are okay. The boys' side, I have to measure my words and get them out as soon as possible, or I lose them and they fade off. So you're so right about that.
Dude, you ain't kidding. When I coach little kids, I feel like unless I have multiple stations going on where every kid's active, if you ask a kid to stand around the infield or outfield for more than 5 minutes, I almost feel like lost them.
Yeah, we do live in a very get-to-the-point culture. And thank you for getting to it. Appreciate it.
Gil in Virginia. Gil, make it snappy.
Hey, Gil.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
So to the guy 2 callers ago with the weapons at 30 years old, I'm 52, and I still have my original weapons from 1987.
Ooh.
So,
what do you
loving
think?
that.
What did you think last night, man? Did they balance the nostalgia properly?
Honestly, I think nostalgia is the lack of being able to be creative nowadays. There's so much on social media and everything like that, and I just don't think there's much creativity anymore.
Well, see, I think there's more creativity than ever before, and I'll explain why it gets rejected.
Rich and I could disagree on that.
All right, well, we got more CNR next. We'll disagree then.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate your show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Denver Broncos head coach Sean Payton clarified his comments that may have looked offensive to Giants quarterback Russell Wilson following their win Sunday against the Giants.
That was strictly about Dart. That was in no way, shape, or form anything that was directed at Russ, so that wasn't any intention at all.
Wilson responded to the comments yesterday via social media, calling Peyton's comments after the game classless. That was Peyton's response today. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels is going to miss their Week 8 matchup with the Chiefs because of a hamstring strain. Marcus Mariota starts Monday night in Kansas City. No practice today for Panthers quarterback Bryce Young, while Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson did practice on a limited basis, his first action since suffering the hamstring strain Week 4 in Kansas City. Jets quarterback Tyrod Taylor's considered day-to-day with a knee injury. Chargers left tackle Joe Alt questionable tomorrow to face the Vikings. Giants hired Tony Vitello as their new manager. I'm Dan Byer.
Hey, sit down. Relax, everyone. Sit down. Relax.
Steve Covino, Rich Davis. The CNR Show sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA. Right now, use promo code CRSHOW, CRSHOW, to claim your special offer at DraftKings. Again, that's promo code CRSHOW at DraftKings. The crown is yours.
So we were talking a lot about nostalgia and how the NBA leaned in hard last night. Roundball Rock, Michael Jordan's little sit-down with Mike Tirico. And we talked about the balance quite a bit, about how if the NBA balances it correctly, it's going to be fantastic, right? If they do a little bit of nostalgia but really highlight the new stars, we'll be all good.
We'll be all good.
Someone hit us up right before the break and said, yeah, I don't think people are creative anymore. And I think that's a BS thing. I think people are more creative than ever. You see more funny videos on the daily on TikTok than like a Saturday Night Live will ever supply you with. Everyone's very creative.
Yeah,
you see what people do on social media? Everyone's funny. Everyone's creative. It's a competitive world because everyone has an outlet. I just think creativity isn't necessarily rewarded because if I ask you, what do you think the biggest grossing movies in the theater and Netflix were over the last handful of years, and I gave you the list of them, there's a commonality. Can you tell me what the commonality is with these movies? Top Gun Maverick.
Not original. Their familiarity. But that's just
Super
going
Mario
back to the well.
Brothers.
That proves the other guy's point.
Spider-Man. Barbie, which is just a concept of a doll that's been around forever. Happy Gilmore 2. Beverly Hills Cop 4. Axel F. Coming to America. That doesn't prove the guy's point.
It does, because it's that work smarter, not harder mentality of just, hey, let's regurgitate some stuff because we know it'll sell tickets.
No, it's people
instead of taking a chance.
Disagree.
Major movie companies don't want to take chances on things that are original.
It's not a matter of lack of creativity. It's a lack of a movie studio is going to say, wow, you have a really cool, creative idea about a drama? Yeah, that might be the dopest script of all time, but we're going to go with
So I mean, people,
the new Beverly Hills
as
Cop
a whole
instead.
are still creative, but production companies are not.
Don't
They're
blame
just in it for the money.
Making it seem like people are less creative. I think that's ridiculous. I think it's just that it's safety and nostalgia, which proves multiple points we've made. People love it.
Well, we'll wrap it up with your phone calls because there's an in-between. There's a balance, like Rich said. Remember, if you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, tell your friends about the Covino and Rich show and make the iHeartRadio app your number one preset.
I have a question.
And we'll wrap it up with Manny being Manny in El Paso.
Manny.
But what's your question first?
No, go to Manny, and then I'll end with a little deep thought for you. What's up, Manny?
Manny Faces.
Guys,
what up, Manny?
How we doing?
Hey,
First of all, the NBA back in the day was a bit more fun than it is today. Now, I remember the commercials, or they had the slogan that they had celebrities come out like, NBA, it's fantastic. I mean, come on, they brought John Tesh's theme song back. That was always a banger back in the day and still today. The only thing that one of my nephews and I talk about a lot is, for example, Shaq and Charles have this habit of downgrading today's NBA. Instead of promoting it, trying to make the stars shine a little bit more, they downplay, oh, it's not like we used to be. Oh, it's not. They're not as hard as we used to be.
We brought that point up, and I'm glad you echoed it, Manny, because
there's truth to it.
There's a big difference. You know what Major League Baseball does? The opposite. When I hear broadcasters, a great example, Ron Darling.
I would say Ron Darling did a really great job of that.
Ron Darling on TBS, and he's, on the usual SNY for the Mets. Ron Darling's quick to say, yo, I threw 92 and I had 2 pitches. These guys are throwing 102 and they have 4 pitches. He's very quick to want to give props to, these guys could play.
Except for Jeter. He's like, Betts can't do that jump step as good as me.
Except so angry funny. Old dudes like Derek Jeter.
But some great points, Manny. You're not wrong about that.
What was my question for you?
I don't know, but you did say you had a question.
To wrap up the nostalgia, what question?
Probably about regurgitating old ideas.
Next question.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Hollywood.
You very well could have an Xbox, a PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. Why do you, Steve Covino, like to break out your little handheld device that has every Nintendo game ever loaded? Because there's something comforting about nostalgia. It's not better. You think Bases Loaded is better than MLB The Show? You think Baseball Stars is better?
Anything original is more of a financial risk, and you're more guaranteed a slam dunk with something that's familiar with other people.
I'm just saying, I play.
Yeah, the audience wants it.
I play MLB The Show with my kid once in a while now, and to think of that compared to RBI baseball, what were we playing? What did we think was good? Trust me, things are better now. It's just the nostalgia really hits you in the corazon.
All right, so the rest of your thoughts at Covino and Rich on social media, at Fox Sports Radio, and we got a live chat going on our YouTube page, Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Now, I want you to stick around because we do Midweek Major every Wednesday, the biggest stories in sports and pop culture. We decide here on the show collectively, are these stories mid-week or major? By the way, we might have to rebrand the show because kids are using different words all the time. And we have to call it like chopped, fire.
Oh, we're changing it? Okay.
Or valid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we gotta come up with something new maybe.
It's chopped, bro.
Yeah, we gotta figure out
mid is chopped.
Week or chopped.
Cove, I say we keep it and we tell the kids what to say.
All right, fine. We'll do that. So stick around for those stories. But something else we do every Wednesday is, we spread the wisdom, Rich.
Yeah. Mike's words of wisdom.
It's time for the guy that runs this place.
Just for clarification, guys, Big Mike does not run this place. He is not in charge of everything. He has no power over really anybody here. He does not run this place.
It's Big Mike's Words of Wisdom on a Wednesday.
Now, I have to implore people, if you're not watching on the YouTube page, youtube.com/@CovinoandRichFSR. I say that because Mike has now decided he's going to stick around on Wednesdays because he doesn't want to rob you of seeing him.
Of the live experience, yes.
I am a beautiful man.
That's right.
And you could see Covino play the pan flute.
Yes.
Of course.
I learned from Zamfir. Only the best.
So, Mike, your words of wisdom live and on the YouTube chat as we do this. Let's go.
Real peace is choosing not to wreck things when you could. If you aren't capable of wrecking things, you're not peaceful. You're just a houseplant.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, hold on. If you could repeat that verbatim, you win. By the way,
I don't even think Mike could repeat that one verbatim.
These new turbo balls are really nice, man. They got a nice firm grip. We didn't get our full official inventory, but these are what they look like.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a different color, but this is the prototype.
Style. This is the prototype.
The shipment is on the way in case you won one already.
So if you could repeat that word for word.
I think we have them do it one more time.
Yeah, not only do you need to do it again, I didn't even understand it. I was so, the music and everything, I was like, whew.
It's deep.
All right.
Super deep.
All right, hit the flutes.
Here we go. Real peace is choosing not to wreck things when you could.
Mm-hmm.
If you aren't capable of wrecking things, you're not peaceful. You're just a houseplant.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I'm sort of blown away by that one.
877-99 on Fox. Understand it, deliver it verbatim, and you win a prize.
I still don't understand it. I really don't.
Okay. You want me to explain it to you?
Oh,
Steve?
yeah, explain it to you.
Yeah, I'll explain it to you.
But don't repeat it. Just
Basically, in
yeah.
order to be a peaceful person, you have to be capable of violence. If you're not capable of violence, you're
just
not peaceful.
then you're just a houseplant.
Right, you're just ineffectual.
You're
just a wuss.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I like
Steve,
that.
you will understand it on your deathbed.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to come to you one day.
Thank you.
Oh,
So
I get it now.
You know, you want one of these turbo balls, get a
load of
ball,
these.
Get a load of these bad boys. If you could repeat it verbatim, 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. Let's light them up.
All right, now, while we wait for a winner in Mike's Words of Wisdom, Mike, always great seeing you.
Thank you, Mike.
See you guys.
I don't care what Dan Byer says. You run this place to me.
Yeah.
Well, that means a lot. I really appreciate it.
That was my understanding when we started here, so.
Mike runs this place.
Yep.
But from who? Who, Covino? Who said that? Who? Yeah.
I think it was.
I'm just curious out of curiosity. Who said that man right there runs this place?
It was the.
I thought so. That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
Well, it certainly wasn't me.
No.
Maybe it happened in a dream. I remember.
No, you told me back then that nobody told you guys that. It was just kind of implied. You just thought that.
Well, yeah, Mike was always here.
Yeah.
It's an easy assumption.
He was
to
always
make.
here. He has his own little office, and he's way older than all this stuff.
All right.
I'm kidding.
He just called you wise.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
yeah, with the words of
That's
wisdom.
why you got wisdom.
Yeah,
But
okay.
Mike, thank you for running this place,
You got
and thanks for being our friend.
Thank you.
got
All right, now, before we get to midweek major, chopped, before we get a winner on Mike's Words of Wisdom, I want to talk about Brock Purdy for a second. And I promise you, I'm not going to go the typical 49er QB conversation that every other jabroni has. You Kyle Shanahan system. Blah, blah, blah. I get it. Kyle Shanahan is quarterback friendly. There's no doubt about it. When you really look back and you're like, interestingly enough, super handsome, but Jimmy Garoppolo is not a Super Bowl level quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo really benefited from being a guy that knew how to play with Kyle Shanahan.
Okay.
You saw Trey Lance couldn't really adapt.
Mm-hmm.
But when called, Brock Purdy became the guy that ended up getting the team to the Super Bowl, multiple deep playoff runs, ends up getting $50, $60 million. Unfortunately, turf toe has got the better of Brock this year so far. Yet my Niners sit at 5-2. He's 1-1, which means 4-1 for Mac Jones. They play the Texans and then the Giants. If Purdy's toe continues to irritate and you don't want to push it, and I know right now he practiced, but nothing's official. Let's just say Mac Jones plays the next 2 weeks, and the 49ers are sitting at 7-2, 6-1 with Mac Jones. I'm not a fool. I'm not going to be like, it's a quarterback controversy. Are they going to bench Purdy? They're not going to bench Purdy if he's ready to go. But what does that say about Kyle Shanahan? What does it say about Mac Jones? What does it say about anyone? How do you decipher that? Do you decipher, well, anyone with an ounce of talent can play under Kyle Shanahan? Do you interpret it as
No,
Mac Jones been underrated
Trey
the whole
Lance
time?
couldn't do it. I think that you just have to have that right chemistry.
Do you look at it and
right
say
kind of quarterback that could play under that kind of system?
Do
I
you
think
say,
that's why it works.
Mac Jones then, based on, man, if he did play 2 more weeks and he was 6-1, do you say Mac Jones then definitely deserves a shot to be a QB in the NFL? Or
Mac
is there?
Jones also said that he's not trying to take Brock Purdy's job. It's Brock Purdy's job, and he's just trying to do his best in the meantime.
Well,
he's doing
Danny-
a great job. I think the way you need to look at it is he's providing a great luxury for no urgency to bring Brock Purdy back prematurely, giving him the perfect amount of time to heal. He's doing his job at the highest level you could do it.
Well,
You're not missing Purdy, and he's going to recover and hopefully come back and do just as good, if not better, of a job.
You saw Sam Darnold with the 49ers, not on the field as much as you heard people say, he could fit in pretty well with Shanahan. He goes and gets his chance in Minnesota, then gets his deal for Dan Byer Seahawks. Is Sam Darnold a guy that, played under Shanahan and then, Minnesota's a very offensive-friendly system as well?
Well, I would say this, that they're all kind of from those same sort of tentacles.
Yeah.
So the Seahawks hire Clint Kubiak, who had worked with Kyle Shanahan and worked with Sam Darnold, so there was familiarity there. But I think I think you guys are hitting on it. It's not that every quarterback works with Kyle Shanahan. It's the fact that the offense works so well if you could just have the quarterback do what he needs to do.
And I don't want to be disrespectful to Brock Purdy and say, hey, why'd they go waste $50 million a year on Brock Purdy when they could have just had Mac Jones? Because it doesn't work like that, right? You got to pay your guy when he's there.
Especially after you stalked him in that stairwell and told him you loved him.
That is true.
I also think that the decisions between Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo were different, because remember when Garoppolo was acquired, they won like their first 6 games with him, right? And then it was just the one throw that he would make or not be able to make, or the one mistake during a game that he would make that you just had you scratching your head.
One time Jimmy. There was always one decision a game where you're like, oh.
And we look at Super Bowl 54, Emmanuel Sanders. Right? Like that's what we do.
Yeah.
Like Trey Lance just was never going to work out, and Shanahan's talked about, at least recently, on why they thought the evaluation was a certain way, but Garoppolo wasn't as bad as people wanted, but Purdy could make that throw. Yeah. But I don't think he was that different than Jimmy Garoppolo, because I just felt that Garoppolo was actually pretty decent with the 49ers.
You know what I always think, too, DB, Dan Byer, is like we started throwing terms around like system quarterback around like they were a bad thing. He's just a system quarterback. When in reality and in retrospect, if you're a system quarterback and you're able to play in that system and play effectively, man, look at you. You think that's a bad thing? Like Brock Purdy's contract.
Doesn't it make you an adaptable guy?
It makes you an adaptable guy. I'm able to win under this system. And I think that it's like, remember how GOAT used to be a bad thing and now it stands for greatest of all time? We're going to look back and be like, remember system quarterback was sort of insulting? If you're able to adapt, you're getting paid, man. If you're winning, that's all that matters.
I don't know if it's adaptability, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's like being typecast.
Right.
If you're in a sitcom for 10 years, how many actors would love to have been on a sitcom for 10 years? Granted, you're known for the rest of your life and maybe for your craft it isn't, but there are a lot of people that would like to be in your spot. So if you work within that system, to your point, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
But we looked at it like, he's not a Cam Newton of sorts.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
What did he really win? I mean, great. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but if you're that kind of guy, could you have played in a system? I don't know.
And what it does though, again, this is no insult to a Mac Jones or any other quarterback that is, quote, works in a system. I don't think that guy necessarily works when free agency hits and they're like, all right, it's time for me to get paid, because you need another tentacle, like you said, a guy that works in a system like a Shanahan, one of the disciples of maybe that coaching tree. Because I don't think a Mac Jones could really just go anywhere and be successful.
Correct.
So
he hasn't.
Yeah.
In New England, in Jacksonville.
Leaves free agency weird sometimes.
Yeah, not that he had a fair shake at being the starter in Jacksonville, but he was able to move on and go to San Francisco.
Yeah. So just an interesting thought that the Niners.
I think it's great problems, Rich.
Yeah, it is. Like the
You're
Niners.
giving Brock Purdy a lot of room to get better.
You know what? I wonder if Purdy could go somewhere else and play as well, because we haven't seen him on another team.
That was always my thought, Dan Byer. And I'm never against the guy getting the money. To me, it's like, yo, go get your money. But I remember thinking like, yeah, elite quarterback money, when I just wonder what are the teams, like if Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen were a free agent, every team would be like, me.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, I just wondered if that had come to it, would 10 teams be like, we want him. I don't know.
It was the whole negotiation. Like Danny's right. Like he was worth $50 million to the 49ers. But he probably wasn't to the other 30 teams. Now, maybe that was the leverage the 49ers had. But even last year when we're ripping on Dak, I felt that you would take Dak Prescott over Brock Purdy, except if you're the San Francisco 49ers. And we rip on Dak all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But for how Purdy fits, he's worth it to San Francisco.
You know what it's like? It's like any relationship or business partnership. Like the person you're with that makes you so happy, you might realize, like, yeah, other people might not get it, but I get it. And you're the only one that needs to get it. Someone might say, like, why do you guys love I Was Sam so much?
He fits.
He fits.
He works with our system.
He may go to another show and they're like, who is this guy?
This guy is zany.
But to us, I Was Sam fits the Covino Rich system like a glove.
Right, exactly. So thank you guys.
Like a glove.
Appreciate you hanging out. Covino and Rich, Fox Sports Radio. We got midweek major and your phone calls. Prizes to give away, 877-99 on Fox. Need you to stick around
we
as
do
we
that.
decide if the stories in pop culture and sports are mid, week, or major.
All next, right here. Covino and Rich. We talked about it last night. The NBA.
All your favorite NBA players are back. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season.
Man, new customers, you got to bet just $5. You're going to get 3 months of League Pass. What a great way to start checking out the NBA this year. Plus, you're going to score $300 in bet wins that are paid in bonus bets.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CRSHOW. That's code CRSHOW. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass. Plus, get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available. For problem gambling, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21-plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
I think it's the debate that's sweeping the nation right now, and I just don't get it. Remember in the movie Big? I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
What don't you get?
I don't understand how people's hate of the Yankees is really clouding their logic, their common sense. Aaron Judge is your MVP. I don't care how many home runs Cal Raleigh hits. He's having a magical season. I think Cal Raleigh's great for Seattle. Congrats on their victory yesterday. Congrats on his 2 home runs. By the way, Judge also hit 2 home runs yesterday. Are you guys failing to realize that Judge leads the MLB in almost every other category? Guess how many categories Cal Raleigh leads the MLB in? 1 home runs. If that was the be-all, end-all, why didn't Judge win the MVP in 2017 when you gave it to Altuve? That turd. Get out of here.
You keep forgetting there's a whole other side of the game. I don't know, defense, catcher.
Where Judge is also pretty stellar Incubus style.
Hold on, I just saw a
He's
stat.
stellar in the outfield. You're acting like this guy's some sort of schlub. He made one error last year, and everyone keeps bringing that up. I got so many reasons as to why it's so clearly Judge. I need to understand why you think it's Cal Raleigh, because he hit 60 home runs?
Honestly, you defending Judge, it's like fighting with my wife about something where I know I'm not going to win.
It's it's ridiculous. It's the debate that's sort of dividing the country right now. And you know what? It's better than late night TV and politics or anything else. So we might as well lean into it.
I'll be honest, this is way more fun to argue about. Judge has played 40% of his games this year at the DH position, which means he has done nothing.
Because he was hurt and he still dominated. He still led the team.
And when he's in the field, not a Gold Glover, and Cal Raleigh, not only a Gold Glover last year, he was a Platinum Glover, which means the best overall defender. So,
wait, but did you hear what I said before about Judge leading the major leagues in everything? Major leagues.
Oh, major league,
Cal Raleigh leads the AL in RBI, not the major leagues. He leads the major leagues in home runs, and that's it. And you know what? And people kissing his dumper. People kissing his ass.
Well, that's a pretty sweet
people
dumper.
hate the Yankees so much. you're letting it get in the way of the actual truth, which is Aaron Judge is so exceptional and so great. You should be embracing his greatness, not trying to tear him down just to lift up Cal Raleigh. It's the conversation that just keeps going on and on and on. And again, people just want to ignore the stats and hate on the Yankees. That's really it. And, of course, Judge fatigue, which we pointed out throughout the week. What are your thoughts,
Your
man?
thoughts, Mr.
Because I do value your thoughts tremendously.
Yeah, it's not that deep. And I'll just say this. I will tend to go to the guy that I don't think will win it again. So if it's close, I'm going with Cal Raleigh. I think Judge has won it. He'll always be in the conversation. Cal Raleigh may, but we don't know. I always side with that. Honestly, guys, I do it with the NBA MVP, which I think that's how they vote, and that may make people frustrated or mad.
It's not a charity vote. I don't get that.
You know what it's like? I'll give you an analogy. You know when you watch a fight, UFC or boxing, you have to judge round by round, and you can't go back and change your round because it's like, oh, well, that's a closer fight than I thought. Maybe I'll go back and give Canelo round 2. That's not how it works. You judge a round and you move on because I'll back Covino up on one and only point because I think it's Cal Raleigh that should win. But we can't not give it to Judge because we're tired of him. Like the Joker in the NBA. You can't be like, well, he's already won a bunch.
No,
Let's
but
not give it to him.
They arguably did that to Lamar Jackson last year when they gave it to Josh Allen. Not that Josh Allen didn't deserve it, just like Cal Raleigh doesn't deserve it. But you could say that maybe, Lamar Jackson won it already, so we'll give it to him. Dude, Judge deserves this. I think that is pretty clear when you see that he leads in almost everything.
But the previous years weren't a bar on what was and what wasn't an MVP caliber season. And I say that because Lamar's season last year, passer-wise, I believe is 4th best in NFL history as a passer. That was last season. So I believe there are only 3 other seasons that were better, a couple by Aaron Rodgers. So it's tough to argue against that if you're for Lamar, but the bar that Josh Allen passed when Lamar won it 2 years ago, that tells me that his campaign was worthy enough at that point to be a most valuable player. And if you see where these teams are, specifically with the Mariners now.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, after watching The Perfect Neighbor last night on Netflix,
yeah,
feel like we're all better neighbors than I thought.
Bet. By the way, I invented bet back in the 90s, and I hear us back. Kids are saying bet all the time.
Well, you hear all kids saying bet. I'm like, Covino, you never said bet. And he's
Always
like, I
said
did
bet.
in the 90s.
Bet. Bet was a thing. It's always been a thing.
Never stopped using it because
kids didn't invent bet.
It was just the easy way to agree. I bet.
All right, bet.
Whatever, you're chopped.
I'll give them all the credit in the world for 6'7", though. They could have that.
6'7".
So Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio Live from the Fox Sports Radio studio.
My kid's PE teacher has officially said no kid is allowed to say 6'7". Like a real rule. Like, yo, when you're putting no, and you'll get in trouble. Like, no, 6'7".
Rich made a good point today. I bet you every high school lineman is dying to get number 67.
Right?
Dying. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Oh, man.
And are you ready?
6'7". Oh, you know what the other thing is that's viral that I don't understand? My wife was trying to explain it. Group 7. Have you heard about Group 7? Look this up, lady. Beck. Just another dumb thing.
All right, well, look it up, but because I'm about to try to roll a 6 or 7.
Oh, what do you got there?
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see what we got.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's fire it up. You ready?
Right, let's go.
I'm rolling, but it is time.
Covino and Rich get you over the middle of the week with Midweek Major.
Ooh, I love that.
We throw sports and pop culture headlines and topics at the fellas, and it's like the kids say.
That's so mid. Week definitely major.
CNR scoring. Midweek Major.
Oh, yeah. You guys ready?
Yeah, man.
When I say Co, you say Vino. Co.
Vino.
Co.
Vino.
When I say Rich, y'all say Davis. Rich.
Davis.
Rich.
Davis.
It's about that time.
This is dumb.
Well, we got 10 minutes. That's too much for you.
I know.
Yeah, cut it down.
All right, we're going to roll the 2 big red love dice over there to see who gets to have the first take.
Well, I rolled a 6, 4. So that's 10.
Oh, wow. That's hard to beat. Rich roll now.
6, 4.
4.
Boo. All right, that means Covino gets to go first. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the most famous person besides Judy Blume from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, Spotty Boy.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Spot, what's up?
How are ya?
We're good there, Spotty boy.
Great.
How's your new dwellings?
I miss you guys.
Not that you guys care listening, but Spot used to sit in our studio, and now he's in the producer studio.
Oh,
with
it's
Spot,
chopped in here. It's chopped.
With Danny and I was Sam.
It smells weird in here.
Nice.
All right, let's kick it off. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has said that he's standing by the decision for this year's Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny. As you know, several people have expressed their discontent with this year's choice for the halftime show. Several petitions being created. They had a counter-programmed Super Bowl halftime show with a conservative group. So during the annual fall owners meeting in New York, Goodell explained that the process of selecting this year's performance was carefully thought through. He said that they're not sure they've ever selected an artist where it didn't have some sort of blowback or criticism, and it's pretty hard to do when you have literally millions of people watching the show. So he's confident it's going to be a great show. Also said that Bad Bunny understands the platform that he's on and that there's no plans for him to be replaced. So either watch Bad Bunny or go grab some snacks during Super Bowl halftime, midweek or major.
This is so weak. Not the actual story, though. The actual outcry. Everyone being a big sports baby about the decision. Do I like Bad Bunny? No. Is he American? Yes. So shut your face. No one complained when the Stones did it. Paul McCartney, Phil Collins, Sting, Coldplay, Elton John. They're not American. This dude's from Puerto Rico. Shut your pie holes. It doesn't matter if 60,000 people.
Doesn't have to someone.
Oh, yeah, there you go. 60,000 people signed a petition for George Strait or some country act. Get over it. Stop being a bunch of weenies. Bad Bunny's going to do it. And last I heard, J-Lo said she's down. If we get some fine women on there, we'll have fun. Stop crying. It's no big deal. Watch it, enjoy it, and shut up.
I never heard people cry so much about 15 minutes of their lives. Get a life, weenies. This is weak.
Weak.
I'm not a huge Bad Bunny fan,
Baboy.
but do you see me bitching and complaining? You know why? I now have 4 months to get Rosetta Stone and figure it out. Listen, it'll be fun. You might not understand everything, but hey, roll with it. But you know what's not true? That AI fake banner that was floating around, Kid Rock, Ted Nugent, Travis Tritt, Jason Aldean, Aaron Lewis. There was like that was fake. I'm sure people have seen like what might be the alternative halftime
they keep
show.
Bringing up this stupid petition like that's going to do anything.
It's like the person outside the supermarket that's like, "Can you sign this?" I'm like, "No, I don't live here."
What?
I don't speak English.
Hey, can you sign this? No, I live in. I make something up.
Like
I
there
live
was
in Nevada.
any chance of Goodell being like, you know what? We heard the people, and we're gonna take back the honor.
The only time there was only one time listening to the people worked, and that was when they changed the look of Sonic the Hedgehog in the movie.
Yes.
Remember that story
Yes.
where like he looked all weird, and they said, "All right, well
the
listen."
Cracker Barrel thing where they blew up.
Oh, Cracker Barrel was a big
That
one.
could have
Yeah.
been a big marketing scheme, though.
Yeah. So there you go.
That's
Thank
true.
you, Spot. That was you done? All right, good.
Yeah, all right.
Good job, Spot.
Thanks,
Thank you so
guys. Take it away, Dan. All right, sticking with the some other revelations from the NFL owners meeting. So they're making some big changes to the Pro Bowl this year. So in an attempt to make the Pro Bowl, quote, more attractive to both players participating and also the fans, the Pro Bowl will actually move to Tuesday of Super Bowl week, taking place at the Moscone Center in San Francisco, which is where the Fan Fest, the NFL Fan Fest, will be taking place that week. As you know, the format switched to flag football in 2023, and the hopes is to highlight the game more to pump up flag football, which will be part of the 2028 Olympics right here in LA. So the format will still remain the same with AFC versus NFC, but the Manning Bros will not be coaching this year, unfortunately. So, yeah, midweek or major.
Major in every way.
Major.
I'll tell you why.
Definitely major.
On a selfish level, we should be out there broadcasting live, which means more star power as far as guests
Stars.
stopping by. And we're going to see a great opportunity to start taking the Pro Bowl more serious, especially since it's an Olympic sport. So they got things to play for. And I'm really hoping Pete Weber's out there because he's my favorite Pro Bowler.
Okay.
Different Pro Bowl.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, either way, sounds cool to me.
I think this is major.
Definitely major.
You said Tuesday, the week of the Super Bowl?
Yep.
That means all the media and the press that get to that host city early. Like you said, Tuesday is usually a down day. Dan Byer, is that the day we usually just go get like a sandwich and nothing's doing?
Tuesday is usually media party night.
Yeah, which I remember going through last year and it was like, no one was there. It was lame. I saw Rob Parker. We're like, let's get out of here.
Let's get some free wings.
So
flats only.
Tuesday, I think this is great. It'll be fun. And you know what? I like the innovate or die thing, right? Always got to change if it's not working. And it wasn't working.
Yeah, I think this is a good idea.
By the way, at an owners meeting, who do you think the alpha dog is of all the NFL owners? Robert Kraft?
Oh, Jerry
Jones.
Yeah.
Even at his age, you think he's still the alpha dog when he walks in?
Settle down just a little bit.
Are they arranged by age?
That's a good question. All right, what else we got, Spotty?
All right, the organization Sports Pro and North Star Solutions Group has compiled a list of the most marketable athletes on the planet, the whole planet, in a new study revealing the 150 sports stars with the highest values to brands worldwide. So topping that list, F1 icon Lewis Hamilton, crediting his big move to partner with Ferrari earlier this year. Second place, Olympian Simone Biles. Other members in the top 10 include the rugby player who's popular on social media. What is it? Yona Maher?
Yeah, no one knows. That's why I don't like this list.
Sorry. Rounding out the top 10, you have Steph Curry, number 4, Ronaldo, number 5, Neymar at 6, Caitlin Clark, number 7, LeBron at number 8, Giannis at number 9, and Coco Gauff at number 10. Some other notable numbers on the list. You have Travis Kelce rounding out the top 50, Paige Beckers, 38, and Angel Reese at number 20. So the full list you can see online, midweek or major.
It's the most influential? What is it?
It's the most marketable athletes.
This is a bunk-ass list, bro. Where's Shohei Ohtani?
Not in the top 10.
Get out of my face, then. This is stupid. Kenny Powers, you didn't even mention him.
Chad Powers, is he on the list?
Yeah, get out of here with that. I don't like that list.
I'm Chad Powers.
You don't have to like it. It exists, though. It's based on marketability.
Very mid.
That's so mid.
Mid.
Thanks for picking mid, because you guys don't pick mid enough.
Yeah,
well, this is totally mid, and I'll tell
That's
you why.
so mid.
There's so many big NFL stars, too, that aren't on that
I asked
list.
myself, who could sell a shoe? Who could be in a commercial that you'd laugh at or understand? And I'll be honest, like, some of the names you said, I'm like, no one cares.
Remember, it's worldwide.
That's true. I'm an American, and I think it's all about me, I guess.
Yeah, but we're entitled to our wrong opinions.
Yeah.
And my wrong opinion says that's a weak-ass list.
Yeah, if you told me Ronaldo, I'd say, okay, yeah. All right.
He's on the list.
All right, next one's fun.
All right, fine.
The most marketable guy isn't even playing. That's Michael Jordan. He's still the most marketable.
Fine. All right, speaking of the number 50, top 50, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes' new business venture, 1587 Prime, still going strong. And on this week's New Heights podcast, Jason Kelce revealed that he's making his first visit to the restaurant, which led to a discussion of Travis Kelce revealing his go-to order when he's at his own restaurant, which has a price tag of $173. In my mind, not that much considering it's a steakhouse. So for starters, he likes the lobster roll, hamachi, and steakhouse unique twists on cheeseburger and chicken nuggets. And then for the main course, which I think is where the money is a Japanese A5 New York strip steak with black truffle butter and a side of truffle fettuccine. He didn't list his dessert, so that's all we got, midweek or major.
This is so weak. Seriously. Like, we're such on the Kelce hype train that we got to talk about their stupid order. Get out of here. And
Sounded good to me.
I'm not blaming Spot. I understand that's
a headline.
News. That's a headline,
It's
but
a
it's pretty
headline.
weak when what their order is news.
I think the hottest angle of this story is the fact that Travis and Taylor appeared at the restaurant, and the few fans that were able to get in and get a reservation, like, it was pretty cool for them. They were really fanboying and fangirling, like almost like screaming when Travis and Taylor were there. Very overpriced, but then again, every steakhouse is overpriced now. I just wonder how long it lasts. Mid. You know why it's mid?
That's so mid.
Because a lot of celebrities have restaurants and clubs and, ventures. So, all right. Thank you, Spot.
Hey, thanks, Spot.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Everybody. Thanks, pal.
See you
You're
guys.
the greatest.
Great job.
Bye. Miss you.
I know.
I know.
Now it's time for DB with the update.
Hi, Dan Byer.
I'm known as a Rich Davis guy, but somebody's trying to change that. Somebody slid in my DMs last night. One Steve Covino.
What is this sneaky behavior?
Don't worry about it.
Was it pictures of his bulge?
Just to let you know, game on between you two.
Thanks, Dan. You're the best.
Give me some nice recommendations.
Got to butter
on
up Dan Byer.
television shows, and also passing along some NFL uniform information to me as well.
Hey, I think you're the only guy, big head. Get out of here.
My wow. You also send them a picture of you in your pinstripe tidy whities?
I was going to say that for tonight.
Yeah.
With Aaron Judge.
Really.
With Aaron Judge on the butt.
Nothing but a Seahawks hat on.
All right, let's get to real matters here. NFL Week 8. Commanders not going to have Jaden Daniels. Quarterback has been ruled out of their Monday night matchup with the Chiefs because of a hamstring strain. In Kansas City was the last time we saw Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson on the field until today, limited in practice with his hamstring strain. Panthers have the Bills coming up on Sunday. Bryce Young didn't practice today, quarterback dealing with that high ankle sprain. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn wouldn't name a starting quarterback for the Week 8 game in Cincinnati. Quarterback Tyrod Taylor considered day-to-day with a knee injury. Brock Purdy limited. Michael Penix Jr. of the Falcons limited, as was Baker Mayfield of the Buccaneers in practice, limited today. Remember on Sunday when Sean Payton of the Broncos said this after their win against the Giants and trying to compliment Jackson Dart?
You know, they found a little spark with that quarterback. I was talking to John Mayer not too long ago, and I said we were hoping that change would have happened long after our game.
So Russell Wilson heard that yesterday, responded with his post on X, calling the comments classless. Also had a Bounty Gate dig in there as well. Well, Peyton responded to Russell Wilson's post today.
That was strictly about Dart. That was in no way, shape, or form anything that was directed at Russ. So that wasn't any intention at all.
Also said he could understand maybe why Russ took it a certain way, but it wasn't meant to be that. San Francisco Giants have officially hired Tony Vitello as their manager. He leaves the University of Tennessee and becomes the first college coach to be an MLB skipper with no previous pro baseball coaching experience. And Karl Anthony Towns is active tonight and set to make the starting lineup for the Knicks as they open the season against the Cavs coming up at the top of the hour. He was a game-time decision because of a quad issue. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, DB.
Thanks, Dan.
Every time you compliment someone in sports, the reality is we forget you are insulting someone else. Like if you talk about a football team and you're like, yeah, they're great, man, but man, the secondary, you're pretty much saying like, or when a team says we got to improve, they're really telling certain people on the team like you're just not as good as we need you to be. Like if you were to say a baseball team, like, man, maybe they would have went way further. The bullpen, got to clean that up. Clean that up means like anyone that's in the bullpen should take that as you're not good enough.
That's the same line of thinking of for every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. If you're talking about your escapades of the early 2000s and how fun they were, you're basically telling your current wife that it's not that exciting now. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but it's just really interesting because you're right. When you compliment some new young player, you're pretty much saying who was there before wasn't cutting it. And it can only be insulting, but it's just life, right?
That's just how it is. It's how the other person interprets it, because really you're just trying to pay a compliment.
No, true. All right, well, I got a thought about an NFL team that is sort of not getting away with it, but there's a team that took a major step backwards, and it's only going to get worse. And I'll explain and tell you what this team is, who they are. Who are you? Next, right here on Covino Rich.
There's modern forms of cheating according to AI. And I didn't show you this because I wanted to know from you, Rich Davis, the righteous dude that you are, if you think these things are cheating, because young people today consider this stuff cheating.
Yeah, every generation considers different things crossing the line. I feel like I remember our parents would say things like, well, you're not married. So like, I remember your mom would tell you like, date whoever you want, Steven. You're not married.
Leave my mom out of this. She's a good woman.
Mom did say that.
But the thing is, it's a sliding scale, right? Like, yeah, you had to encounter some sort of physical touch or something to be considered cheating
then
back
the internet
in the day.
came around.
And
and
emotional cheating and sliding into DMs. So this is what young people consider cheating today. What are your thoughts? Is it cheating? Flirting over text, DM, or social media?
I mean, it's. I don't think it's breakup worthy. It's like, what are you doing worthy? I think it's
inappropriate,
cheating. Yeah, I think it's
right?
Cheating? No, inappropriate. Yes. Let's make a distinction. Inappropriate, of course.
Yeah.
Cheating? No, I don't.
Yeah, to you, but a young person, cheating.
Flirting?
So keep this in mind. Young people consider this cheating. All right. Following or liking thirst traps, photos meant to attract sexually.
I don't think that's cheating. I think it's sad on a guy. Like if you're liking like some hot girl's photos constantly on Instagram and fire emoji, like you're a weenie. But I don't think it's cheating. It's not cheating. It just makes you sort of like thirsty and lame.
Isn't the equivalent of like beeping at a hot chick and just driving by?
Yeah.
Really not getting anything out of it. Sliding into DMs, especially with flirtatious intent.
Again, mild cheating, but to me, physical touch is cheating. That's just like dumb behavior. That's, inappropriate.
Using dating apps while in a relationship.
Yes, that is
even
cheating.
Browsing. I agree. This is the worst one so far.
I think so far this is the worst one because if you are on Hinge or Tinder or Bumble or any of the Field, if you're on any of the apps our video guy Spot talks about, then you're up to no good.
Yeah.
There's no reason. Like
there's no reason for that.
Liking someone's Instagram post could be innocent.
I agree.
When you're on a dating site, what's the intention?
Sexting or sending explicit photos to others, junk shots and sexy shots.
All right, now we're getting this.
Absolutely. Having backup or emotional side pieces, someone you're keeping warm just in case, like having a backup.
If you don't vocalize it and you just know it in the back of your head, is that cheating? Like she's on standby, but you're not doing anything?
Well, put it this way. All of this is considered cheating in today's world, but there's something else called a gray area, all right?
Oh, great.
And we're not talking about your Paulie Walnuts hairdo you got going on.
We're getting older. We're all getting older.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. So the gray area, watching porn. Some couples are fine with it, some aren't. Cheating or not.
If you think watching porn is cheating, you are a bird brain.
But again, to a young person, it depends on what boundaries are set, okay? So Rich, consider Rich the most cheating guy I know.
Ridiculous. Okay, go on.
You know what team Rich plays for? Team Skeet. That's what he plays for. That's his favorite team.
It's funny.
Yeah. He's 49ers, Mets, and Skeet. Clubbing. Flirting for fun. What do you think? Gray area.
A gray area, because I think if you just fucking talk to someone at a bar, is that cheating? No, but if it's like, hey, by the way, what's your number, just in case? Yes, cheating.
Maintaining close friendships with exes.
Dangerous territory. I wouldn't recommend it, but
Yeah,
I don't
what's
think.
the point?
Yeah, but I don't think it's cheating if you're open about hey, I dated a girl 20 years ago in college, and I like her family photos on Facebook.
That's fine if there's no intent there.
Yeah.
Wish them well and all that.
The younger man's thing, I think.
Keeping secrets. Ooh. Women always say omitting is lying. What about keeping secrets? Being intentionally vague about interactions with others. Gray area here. Is that cheating or not?
Just living life.
Micro cheating. Small acts of secrecy, flirtation, or emotional intimacy that hint at more. These are gray areas, but what young people consider cheating. So be careful, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the show, the Showgram. Covino and Rich live from Fox Sports Radio studio. Getting a new job can be much easier with Express Employment Professionals. With Express, you'll have a local connection to the job market. Get started at expresspros.com. Find a location near you. That's www.expresspros.com. Hey, Rich, earlier in the show, Covino and Rich, FSR, we gave you our sort of path through talk radio. We talked about Maxim Radio.
Yeah.
We ended up on TV at SNY in New York for a while. We had a great time there. SNY posted a few hours ago that today's the 25th anniversary of what legendary World Series moment in 2000?
Disgusting. Because it was the year the Mets lost to the Yankees. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Mets-Yankees memorable moment in the year 2000.
25 years ago today.
Was it when Clemens threw the bat at Piazza?
Yeah.
Yep.
25 years ago today.
Yeah.
Clemens, Piazza. Clemens all heated and fired up.
Oddly enough, you would think as a Mets fan, I was like totally Team Piazza. I mean, I was because I'm a Mets fan, but I get the reaction from Clemens.
Yeah,
the bat came right back. I mean, he threw it, but I don't think he threw it at Piazza. He just threw
an
it
adrenaline moment, I think, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was wild to see, though. Ooh.
Would have been crazier if that shard stuck in.
Yeah.
Imagine it stuck in Piazza's leg, and he was like, "Oh,
man!"
now you're talking about a moment, but yeah, no, your Yankees, you embarrassed my Mets.
Right.
And you know what it was all? You know what it was all based on?
What?
Game 1. I mean, not that anyone cares. 25 years later, but Game 1, Mets had the game. Bad base running, blew 1 run for the Mets. A Mets runner, Timo Perez, lollygagged from second to score because he thought a ball went over the fence and it didn't. So he slowed down, got thrown out at home. Game went to extras. The Mets very well should have won that game in 9 innings. So set the tone. I believe the Yankees won 4-1. Embarrassing.
Yep, I believe you're right.
Yeah.
So real quick, right quick.
All those games were like 1 or 2 run games. You guys the Yankees just found a way to win, and the Mets couldn't.
You know what was anticlimactic about the whole thing is our whole childhood growing up on the East Coast, we had this fantasy of a Subway Series. Like, oh my God, imagine Subway Series, and it was sort of just.
It was one of your least exciting World Series.
Yeah, like there should have been more of a battle.
Of those Yankees dynasty teams, it was the worst one. They were like an 88-win team. They really weren't as good that year, but the Mets were better than them. But the Yankees were in their head, I guess. Yankees better than the Mets.
Well, again, that was 25 years ago for a timestamp, and the World Series begins on Friday. But real quick, tomorrow's Thursday, and Thursday is the new Friday. And we do old school and 50 hits. So definitely join us mañana as we reminisce some more and throw it back. We do it every Thursday, and we get you involved.
Well, I teased what NFL team has taken such a huge step back, and no one's really noticing or taking this up with them.
Okay.
There's a team that took a major step back, and it's only going to get worse when I do a little schedule watching.
Okay.
If you do a little Rich Davis schedule watching,
The Rich loves to look at the schedule game.
Schedule watching. Yeah. What team, I don't know, outperformed everyone in the postseason and made it all the way to the NFC Championship game? Who was your big surprise team last year in the NFC? I see Monty mouthing it. Your Washington Commanders.
They have taken a step back.
Washington Commanders.
Seems that way.
Well, their fan base had something really to be excited about. McLaurin's been hurt. Jaden Daniels been banged up. They're 3-4, like sort of just hanging on. They're like, I don't even feel like they got the vibe and the momentum of the Giants, who are 2-5.
It's all that chunky soup Jaden Daniels is worrying about.
A lot of it is injuries.
It's a lot of injuries, Danny G, but I'm saying when a franchise and an organization finally gets really great momentum for their fans, right? Like right now with the Mariners did in baseball, with Cal Raleigh and everything. Imagine next year the Mariners are under 500. It'd be like, but we were just good. The Commanders, I just hope for their fan base it wasn't a one-off, and they could, healthy, get that team back on track in that division.
Based on what you said, it doesn't get any easier.
Let me schedule watch. Right now they're 3-4.
Right.
Without Jaden Daniels and McLaurin banged up still. They play the Chiefs, Seahawks, and Lions. you're losing at least 2 of those games.
Ooh.
You're going to be 4-6 after 10.
You got a good chance of losing all those
I mean,
games,
you might be 3-7, to be honest. So, shout outs to the Commanders fans. I apologize. It's just a rough road ahead. You can't do it every year. It's the NFL parody. We'll see you guys mañana. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.